Hey guys, what's going on? Greg here with Keto, bringing you my favorite pulled pork recipe, modified for keto. So I have some rub here, and all the ingredients in this will be listed down below. This is a great way of being able to get back into enjoying some good barbecue without all that extra sugar that is in everything. So we're gonna take you step by step in this whole process, from rubbing up our butts to getting it out on the grill, smoking it low and slow, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring you back into the kitchen. So let's get started. If you are new around here and you are interested in some keto knowledge, Stacy and I have been doing keto for the last 3 or 4 months. We've lost over 100 pounds. So we've kind of been experimenting. If you're interested in joining us on this journey, please make sure you subscribe and click the bell for notifications. And if you could toss us a like, we definitely appreciate it because it gets us out to more people saying that we're providing good content. All right, without further ado, let's get to our butts. So the first thing we start off with, guys, is just a binding agent. And I know there's a lot of my friends right now, they're gonna go, oh my God, that pulled pork had mustard in it this whole time. Sorry, Nate. But it did. And get a good shake, and we're just gonna basically apply a light coat of it. And like I said, this is just a binding agent here to just get the rub to adhere. If we're gonna let this sit out like overnight or the next day, you wouldn't actually need to do that. It's just, this is gonna help it stick, so when I'm rotating it and flipping it over and all that, my rub's not gonna all end up in our cookie sheet here. So I'm gonna take some of this and I'm gonna throw it on one of my shakers. We'll be right back. Okay, so I got my rub here in one of my shakers. We are gonna go ahead and now apply it to the mustard up side. We're gonna want a pretty heavy coat because this is gonna be cooking for a long time. So I always wear these gloves because that way it cleanup's a lot easier, and when I'm trying to press it into the meat, that way when you are kind of working through it, you'll see how the texture changes almost immediately, and then you can keep hitting it. So these are called Boston butts. They don't have the blade bones in there. They've already been pre-removed. It's better if you get them with the blade bones in them because you're gonna get them cheaper. All right, so we got this top done. We're gonna go ahead and apply the wrist one. Give it a nice rub in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and rotate them slightly. We're gonna apply some more mustard to the sides because you wanna get all sides covered. That's where the bone has been removed. You can see that. Stacy can't look at it, so I'm gonna have to turn it around this way. That's where the bone has been taken out. Makes a nice cavity in there. The best part about it is with the bone out, which I do usually remove, is that way you can apply rub and seasoning inside. And then Stacy likes it. It makes these really nice sounds.
Stop with the sounds.
So don't really need to apply any binder in here because of the fact that it's going to basically be not manipulated, right?
So why mustard and not something else?
So why mustard? I'm not really sure. I mean, you can use olive oil and stuff, but it's more expensive. So mustard's one of the cheapest you can find. Give it a good press. And this is gonna close down. All right, let's talk about the fat caps. You can remove this. Some people think it's gonna provide extra flavor when it cooks. Scientifically speaking, it doesn't. What it can do though, very effectively, is it can shield your actual meat from the fire that you're going to be using to cook with it. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to cook these fat cap down to basically help keep the rest of the meat moist. So we're going to let these sit for probably about 20 minutes until the grill is up to temp, and then we'll meet you out there. Got the grill locked in at 250 degrees. And we have our 2 pork butts here. First I'm gonna give the grill a quick scrape. I got my drip pan here just to keep basically the fat that's gonna render off of this from going into my grill. So I'm gonna basically place these guys, fat cap down. Not touching. We'll be back in about 8 hours, guys. All right, guys, so we are going on almost 8 hours now. And let's take a look and see what we got. Oh man, they are looking good. You can see all that stuff that's down below. That is all drippings. This is what I don't want in my grill. You can see over here, there's a spot that leaked off. That, well, there's some extra stuff that is in my grill. All right, so let's check the temperatures on these bad boys. That goes in pretty soft. But we still got a ways to go. It's only 175. So the temperature we're looking for is anything after 195 degrees. And then you just kind of test it based on probing. So you can see right here, this goes in pretty hard. But if you go on this side, it's pretty easy, right? This side's pretty easy too. This is like prostitute easy, and this is like 30-year-old wife easy. So for those who aren't familiar with smoking meats and barbecue, big cuts of meat like this that have a lot of fat, they go through what's called the stall. And the stall is basically where all the collagens break down and they keep hydrating, or keeping basically the temperature of the meat doesn't continue to increase. It kind of has this time. You just gotta keep riding it out. You can wrap those, it's called the Texas crutch. You can wrap them up and let them braise in their own liquid. Or you can just wait it out, which is how I decided to do it, because I kind of already did that partially because I was working on other stuff. So we got it probably about anywhere between another hour to maybe another 2 hours on these bad boys. And we'll take a look at them when we get back. All right, it's 9.5 hours so far, and we're at 197, so we are so close. So you can see how easily it just kind of slides in. I'd say this one was probably done. Like that one is 207. You can see the difference in texture. This one, that one's just being stubborn, I think. That one's good too. All right, I say it's time to take them off. Meet you inside. It's cold out here. So we're back inside, and this is the hardest part because it's now time to let the meat rest. So when you let meat rest, you can see all these juices and stuff that are kind of already leaking out. When you let it rest, it's going to reabsorb some of those juices to keep your meat nice and moist. And everybody likes their meat moist. Isn't that right, Stacy? So aluminum foil does the job. You can cover them individually if you want. You can put them together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these trays. So we're going to grab basically this big piece. We've already had it sort of fall apart on us out on the grill. So we're just going to add it in here so we can get, basically, you're just letting it finish cooking. It's going to increase a little more temperature, but I'm going to grab this one. Got a nice crunchy bark on it. And the reason this is the hardest part is because this is good. This looks so good. And the bark is nice and formed and crunchy. You can pretty much just pull it apart with your hands. All right. It's hot, so you can't do it too much, but it's just going to melt. So we're going to let this sit for about probably 30 minutes, and then we'll go back and I'll start shredding it, and I'll show you how it looks like. All right, guys, it is rested, and as you can see, it is tender. Boom. Check this out, guys. It just kind of falls apart. So I'm gonna have to try some.
You know you just broke your fast.
So did you.
Yeah, but I said I didn't care.
Yep, I did know. But I don't care either. This is amazing. This is super delicious. You wouldn't even know that there was no actual sugar used in this because there's just enough sweet with the erythritol.
That's actually pretty good.
It's actually pretty good, huh? Mm-hmm. It's really good.
It's very, very juicy.
G-Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce.
Alright. These kids are gonna tear this stuff up.
They're gonna destroy it.
They are. I don't know if there's gonna be any left in the morning.
I think I know what we're having for lunch tomorrow. How was that?
It's really good. Make some of those keto yeast rolls.
So I've actually had other barbecue sauce that I like better than this one. This is just what we had on hand. So maybe if we can get like, how many likes we need? Like 30 likes? I think we usually don't get 30 likes. If you guys give us 30 likes, I'll even show you some new barbecue sauce that I make. I've got 2 varieties that I make. I got a hot and spicy one made with sriracha. And I also have a regular barbecue sauce. So give us 30 likes, we'll show you some barbecue sauce. Total cook time to eat time is 10 hours and 46 minutes. We got the golden barbecue sauce, organic, unsweetened. So I poured a little out, put it in this here dish, and Stacy and I are gonna give this a try.
How is it? Is it better than the other one?
Way better than the other one,
Well,
in my opinion.
It smells weird.
You ever had golden barbecue sauce before?
No, what does golden mean? It smells like I'm not gonna like it.
Try it. And then I'll tell you what golden means. Well, I can tell you she doesn't love it.
It's like mustardy.
Golden's mustard. Kids are coming right up. We got Tristan here, Mason's friend, and you actually are kind of the reason we're making pulled pork, because you were thinking about pulled pork and it kind of became communicated.
It just happened.
It just happened, like, pork. So we, of course, had to make a keto version so that we can have some pulled pork too, because who doesn't like pulled pork? Future Greg here, guys. Sorry to interrupt your video, but as I'm doing the editing on this, I just wanted to kind of clarify one particular point. So pulled pork by itself is very much a keto-approved food. The problem is that most of the times when you're doing pulled pork or brisket, you're also applying a rub to it, as you've seen in our video. And a lot of times those rubs contain a pretty high amount of sugar. And obviously we don't want to have sugar doing keto. And although the amount of sugar applied generally isn't so high that it's going to impact your glycemic index, it is still going to give you unnecessary carbs for sweetness. So you can do this, you can make a non-sugar rub. So that's why, by definition of keto pulled pork, we're bringing in the sweetness, but we're just cutting the actual sugar, and we're using erythritol based and monk fruits based sweeteners to provide the same effect. So I just wanted to point that out real quick in clarification, because I think a lot of people are going to probably have questions like, oh, well, pulled pork, isn't that like keto anyway? Well, it is by itself. But if you apply the normal barbecue rub that you normally would get, not so much. And then if you take it and combine it with the additional barbecue sauce, also even worse. So the premise here behind this recipe is that it keeps the sweetness that we would normally get with traditional pulled pork with sugar-based sweeteners, but also gives you the ability to eat it with very few carbs. So, all right, back to the video, guys. All right, so you want to try it plain first?
Sure.
Just grab a piece, man. We're family here.
All right. It's a little more than I wanted.
Well, that's all right. Boom! Guy commits. I can appreciate that. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good.
Tastes like pork.
Tastes like pulled pork. This is my personal favorite, and you like mustard, right?
I do like mustard.
All right, so you try this one.
Is it like a spicier mustard?
So this is called a golden barbecue sauce, which is mustard based.
Pork and mustard?
No, it's like
It's not just mustard. It's a mustard barbecue
sauce. Which I don't like.
You like that?
No,
right?
no,
That was
no.
pretty good. That was good. Cool. Well, happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Who's next?
Next.
Erilyn, get in here. You just got done with work. So we got regular pulled pork. See if it's any different than the pulled pork that I've made in the past. It's pretty good, right?
You've alternated.
Alternated. Now you're not a mustard fan.
I'll try it though. It's good.
I can see how it's good because it's like
a tangy barbecue sauce.
It's a tangy barbecue sauce, and
Which
this is the
I can respect.
this is the classic sugar-free barbecue sauce. She's scared of sugar-free stuff.
Mason's under the table.
Which one's your favorite? This one?
Yeah.
And she doesn't like mustard, so can't go by this.
One more piece for
Alright.
this, and then I'll leave.
Okay. Mason, you're up. Alright, so we got Mason here. Try it without it. I'm sure you'll like that the best. Mason's not a big sauce person, so he's probably not gonna like the barbecue sauces that much.
But yeah.
Is it good? Does it taste much different than my normal pulled pork that I made?
It's a little bit different, but
A little bit. Alright, so now try it with the mustard sauce.
You're cute.
Don't like mustard though, do you? No. Alright, try it with the regular classic barbecue sauce. G. Hughes.
Classic.
Which one do you like better? You like the mustard one better?
I like this much better.
He prefers his meat dry. Sadie, you ready?
Super juicy.
Yeah, let's do this.
Alright. So Mason's friend Sadie,
Hi.
she's also attached to Tristan in some way or form.
Yeah, unfortunately.
We're conjoined twins.
Okay. All right, I'm just gonna go straight in.
She's a saucer. She doesn't want to try it dry.
I do like the tang in that one.
You like the mustard?
Mm-hmm. But I'm also a big fan of sweet and savory, so
Alright, let's give this a whirl.
I really like that.
You like this one?
Yeah.
This one
I
better?
really like that.
So what is
That's
that?
so good.
Mason prefers this one. Tristan prefers this one. I prefer this one.
Carolyn prefers it.
Erilyn prefers this one. She doesn't like mustard. And Sadie prefers this one.
It's so good. I love sweet.
And Stacy, by definition, would therefore prefer this one because she doesn't like this one. Where's an Omar? So man after my own heart goes straight to the bark kind. So
Yeah, I
that's-
noticed that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good?
Okay.
You like mustard?
Not bad by itself.
Not
He's
bad.
not
that's
doing
all.
his.
No, that comes after he gets the sauce. The guy's a sauce guy.
yeah.
Yeah. You like that one? All right. Now this one.
I'm gonna go full dip in here.
Full dip on that one. That's right. I got a little. You hear that crunch?
Crunch,
Yeah. Which one?
That one got like 3 out of
This one's got 3 ohms. This is only a single ohm.
That got-
By itself, it was a eh.
Yeah. No, what sauce is that?
This is the G. Who's barbecue sauce, sugar free.
I really like it.
Oh, that's some good one.
All right, man. That's yours.
It adds that nice sweet taste to
A little bit of
to the
sweet.
Yeah,
food I
you
like.
gotta share that with Sadie though.
All right, guys. So there you have it. The perfect keto pulled pork. So we turn these into sandwiches. We have 2 different varieties that we use. We use the cheesy flatbread that you will find over at Sunshine Bill and Stace. Use cheddar cheese instead of the mozzarella, but you can do it however you want. Also makes a good Chihuahua cheese version for Mexican tacos and stuff. So here's that. And then in addition, we also like to use, if you want more of a traditional style pulled pork sandwich, I recommend our keto yeast rolls, yeast buns. We call them both. And you can find that recipe here. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next video. Stay keto. So,
Sorry, I can't search the web on Apple Watch.
me and Siri are gonna fight someday.
You know I don't like mustard.
But I knew if I told her she didn't like mustard, she wouldn't try it.
Yeah, I'm not eating that.
So if you don't like mustard, you
Not
probably
even
won't
that.
like the golden barbecue sauce.
No.
But if you do,
Yuck. Ugh.
it's very good.
It's like an aftertaste. You ruined my champagne.